started. All right, let's see. Yes, good enough. That's perfect. I don't wanna change that just in case. All right, let's get started. So thanks for joining for evening Hatha. This is a class focused on breath, movement, and we'll have time for kind of some peace and quiet, a moment of peace, an extended shavasana. So to start, though, it's nice to welcome ourselves to the present space and kind of get situated. This is also a good time to grab any bolsters, pillows, blankets, straps, blocks that you would like to add to your practice. I'm going to start with a bolster under my tail and welcome a Sukhasana, easy seated pose. The hands can rest softly on the knees. And we're going to take a moment as we get situated to settle into our space. Just being mindful of the breath, which just means just bringing awareness to our breath. Breathing, maybe the eyes go soft or the eyelids are halfway closed over the eyes or fully closed eyes to help you connect in deeper with the breath and how it feels, filling into the body. Your inhales filling up the belly, chest, lengthening through the spine. Your exhales releasing any tightness and tension that you may be finding in the space of self. And just breathing to settle in from whatever has brought you here. Letting go of whatever has already occurred. Maybe welcoming a gentle smile upon the face to help loosen up and relax the muscles. Just breathing. Some last few breaths, filling up the body, connecting with self. And as you're breathing, we'll start to welcome physical awareness to the rest of the body. Just know that if at any time you would like to stay in a pose longer, you are welcome to do so. Or if you would like to release out of a pose sooner than I speak, you may also do that, as I'm just here to guide you through the asanas and stretches, but it's key to listen to the body. Maybe it's asking for something different or a different variation than what I offer or speak. Just know that that's all right. It's really just about taking this time to welcome yourself to yourself, to welcome yourself to your space, to your mat, this place and time. For me, sometimes it was a time when I liked to connect with my spider friend, but they've moved on apparently. They are no longer seen in this space. So it's back to just me and the plants. All right, so you can continue to have your bolster underneath your tail if you had that also, or you're more than welcome to remove it and allow your tail to connect more to your mat or ground. We're going to take a stretch and extend the arms out their sides, lift them up to ceiling and sky. The hands will connect. Deep inhale, exhale to heart. Do that again. In and up. Exhale to heart. And in and up. Exhale to heart. Hold at heart. The elbows are going to go out to the sides. You're going to feel a little pressure into the wrist and palms for stretch. You could keep the fingers connected or that option to separate the fingers if you choose. Get a stretch in the hands, the wrists, a little strengthener in the shoulders. Start to find that length in the spine, that engagement in the belly. Then soften the hands, the palms, the elbows. Inhale at center, exhale, seated spinal twist. Breathe in your spinal twist. The shoulders lowering down from the ears, the spine still lengthening, the crown reaching up towards the sky. Then return to center. Elbows lift. Press the palms and wrists. Fingers maybe separate. Feel that pressure in between the hands, getting a little stretch through the palms. Reach finger on finger, thumb on thumb. Then rest the elbows, wrists, hands. Inhale at center, exhale, spinal twist the opposite direction. Once again, checking in with the elbows, the shoulders, the spine, the crown. Where can you feel your breath in your body? And return to center, hands to heart. Take a breath and release. Bring awareness to one hand. We're going to extend that arm and hand away from body out to side. The vision can follow. Take a moment to wiggle those fingers or clench and unclench the fist. Then we're going to raise that arm up above. Take it over. Fingers go to opposite ear and a side stretch through the neck. Gently release. We'll take that to the opposite side now. Extend the opposite hand and arm away from body. Wiggle the fingers or welcome clenching or unclenching of the hands and making fists or whatnot. And then when ready, inhale, exhale. That arm goes up and overhead, fingers to opposite ears. Side stretch in the neck. Gently release. Bring that hand back to Anjali Mudra at heart. Deep inhale and exhale, release. Going to go ahead and allow the hands to find a restful place again upon the knees. And we're just going to drop chin to chest. Stretch in the back of the neck. Might feel that down the spine. Then take vision to ceiling, head tilt back. Stretch in the front. You might get some Rice Krispies here or some little coughs there. That's all right. Relax the shoulders and really allow, if it feels all right for your body, to the head to tilt back even further, just fall back, getting that deep stretch in the neck. Just releasing, letting go, then bringing it back to center. We'll lift both hands out to sides, raise them up to ceiling and sky. We're going to intertwine the fingers. Elbows are going to go out. Palms will face forward. We're going to take it behind the head. And then tilt the head back once again. This is going to start to open through the arms, the shoulders, the chest, into the belly, the back. And release. We're going to allow the elbows to come close into head. Chin's going to drop down to chest. Then open it up once again. Seeing if the elbows want to float out to sides a little bit more this time, possibly. Opening up further. And release once again. And last round, lift, tilt the head back, open the shoulders, the shoulder blades. And release, welcome everything back to neutral, back to center. You can release the hands, shake anything out that you need. And then we're going to find a seated spinal twist once again. So just kind of creeping into that first side to align the body. Breathing into that spinal twist. Releasing, letting go. Then pass through center, creep those hands to the opposite side. then returning back to center. If you still have that bolster underneath you, you're going to go ahead and kind of slide the tail off that bolster, welcoming yourself down to mat. Bolster can make its way to the side. Going to go ahead and extend one leg away from body. Allow little toe wiggles maybe, or a little movement in the ankles. We're going to keep one knee nice and close to chest. And we're just going to allow that leg to still stay upon the same side. So if you have your right leg, keep it to the right. We're going to wrap those arms around the right shin, lift up through the spine, shoulders low away from the ears. Welcome a gentle engagement in the belly or core. Flex the extended foot, well, the extended leg of the foot that's further away from body. And just breathe here. We're going to go ahead now and cross the same knee bent leg over the extended leg. And once again, wrap around the shin, lengthen. Option to stay here or that spinal twist once again. And release. We'll take all that to the opposite side. Extend your bent leg and bring the other one in close. Wrap those arms around the shin. Breathe and lengthen. Option to keep it here or cross that leg, cross that foot over the extended leg, and then those hands are still wrapped around the shin. Tail is pressing, grounding down into the mat as your crown floats towards the ceiling or sky. Option to stay here or find that spinal twist once again. And return to center. We're going to find another variation or fish pose for our about our fourth spinal twist in here, really getting a nice internal massage in those organs and welcoming some flexibility into the upper body and the back, the hips, the waist. So we're going to keep this leg that's bent kind of outside the extended leg, but then we're going to take the extended leg and bend the knee. So adjust your tail as you need and allow that foot to come back towards your side or your glute of your tail. And then once again, you could wrap the arms around the shins, or you could find a spinal twist once again. And with each pose, kind of feeling where you feel, where are you holding the body, where are you pressing into it? Where can you feel the stretch? This is a hip opener that keeps it kind of nice, close and cozy. So it may not seem like something that would open the hips, but you can really feel that, especially if you add that twist into your body, going into the hips, the glutes, the waist. Then gently release. We're going to take that to the opposite side. So use your hands to support your legs. Then maybe extend that leg for a little movement, a little stretch. Then you're going to go ahead and take that leg towards the other side of the glute and so for me, I started with my right side, so now I'm kicking back over to that right side. That foot's going to be the outside leg and foot connected outside the left thigh as my left foot goes back towards my glute. Option to stay here and rise, or option to find that twist once again. Find those last few breaths and release. Use the hands to support the body as you release the legs. Shake anything out. I'm going to go ahead and continue lengthening. So if you have your bolster or your blocks or straps, you're welcome to use them here. So you could use this to support the upper body. We're going to go for a forward fold. So you could have a bolster, a pillow to support that. You have the option to take it to the down past the feet and have that as a goal for a lengthening and extending. Or if you have your yoga strap, you could use that to wrap around, which usually I have mine. I don't know what I did with it. So that's all right. So you could also use a wall. So if you have a wall nearby, as you're lengthening and figuring out your space, you could always have your feet pressed up against that wall. You lengthen and you kind of crawl down or creep down the wall to support your body. So prepare and find what you need. Take a breath, and when you're ready, you'll just creep or lengthen and extend the upper body, exhaling, and then going into your breathing to focus on stretching into your seated forward fold. As you do this, also, you could always start with bent knees and kind of let the body find a restful place. All that back muscle, all that back body is going to lengthen and stretch with this, and then find a restful space as the belly or waist and chest fall over the lower body. And then you could unbend one knee and then the other, or, whichever knee you'd like to bend first. And then eventually maybe you get to both knees bent and you're just lengthening, breathing, and letting go. We're going to be in this pose, extended breath. So, really deep dive into your breathing, deep inhales through the nose, maybe some ujjayi breaths, then exhales through the mouth. Take your time and settle in here. So, these forward folds are such magical poses, as they really all are. They're moving the body, they're helping with getting rid of toxins and cleansing. But some can be or feel, at least for me, more magical than others. And this is one where every day it's different, no matter how I'm feeling, what I'm doing. And it can just kind of take someone to a magical space, being able to see after time. Maybe you reach your shins, then you lengthen to your calves, then you lengthen to your ankles, your toes, and past that. So there's, no rush for this journey. We're just here breathing. Like I said, I still have some days where my arms want to go surpassing my feet. Other days, I just want to lay them outside the legs. So just get cozy in that forward fold and find that breath. Connect to your breathing. Let go of all and everything. Just being in this space. You can keep it soft, or if you want a little bit more strenuous stretch, you could keep the toes flexed towards the ceiling and sky. You're going to feel that in the backs of the legs a little bit more, possibly. And just continue to breathe. Close the eyes if you choose to help you focus a little bit more. Release any tightness or tension or grip of the jaw or mouth or neck or shoulders. And just be. Can be beneficial being in this pose an extended amount of time, just to really get a feel for where there is tightness or tension in the body. Breathing, lengthening, letting go, releasing. Finding your last breath or so. And then when ready, being nice and slow and controlled to rise. Let's find a gentle staff pose. Hands are going to come to sides, feet flexing towards the ceiling and sky. Press the palms into the mat. The tail may lift, shoulders away from the ears. Vision is forward, our eyes are closed. And gently release. We're going to go ahead and make our way onto our backs. So take your time getting there. You could bring the feet close by and bend the knees. You could use your arms to help balance the weight as you lower down onto your spine. However you get there, make your way, still breathing, being aware of how your body is feeling. Then we're gonna find ourselves with the knees close to chest. And you could take a little side to side rock. We're massaging that spine after that seated forward fold. You could always take the knees around and away from the chest in one direction and then the other. Could get some feet and toe wiggles. And then we're gonna find a pigeon spinal twist variation. So we're gonna allow one foot to connect to the mat. You're gonna take the opposite leg, crossing it over. This is one variation for pigeon, or you can release that foot that's connected to mat and lift it up. And you could intertwine the hands behind the thighs. You could allow the elbow that's connected to the side bent knee and press on that gently to allow a deeper hip opener and a stretch into the groin and glutes. And the closer you bring your thigh, so the leg that the other foot is resting on, closer in, the more you may feel that stretch in the opposite glute or back of the leg. Relax the shoulders. Hold here if that feels good for you. Otherwise, if you'd like to go into the spinal twist, feel free to do so. So that means this foot is going to guide the way down towards the floor. And your arms can go out to sides. You can use them to press that leg away from body to get a deeper stretch. Do what works for you and breathe. You have your vision going down the opposite side than the legs went. Then gently return to center at your own pace and time. Allow the foot that's closer to mat to reconnect. Extend and lengthen that top leg away. Maybe take some ankle circles or feet wiggles, and then we'll take that to the opposite side. So now the opposite foot crosses over. Take your variation of pigeon that you choose. So you can see my hands guide through and cut through underneath the legs. Pull it in. I could use this same side elbow to press against that thigh or that hand to press against that thigh as the foot comes up. Different views of the pose help you to see what's happening there. Option to stay here, or you have that option if you're ready to move on to that spinal twist. That foot that's going just past the thigh is going to meet the ground and guide you into that spinal twist. Adjust the body or hips if you need to. You could take the arms out and vision go opposite. You could take them hand to heart. You could take it to push against the thigh gently to open up through the hips deeper if you choose, and breathe. Then, when ready, return to center. Extend that top leg towards the ceiling or sky. Welcome some little foot wiggles or some ankle circles. And then we're going to find feet up the wall or waterfall or candlestick pose. For this one, you have options. So, since evening hatha, it's a restful place, this pose is beneficial for anti-inflammatory. It's an inversion. It helps to release some pressure off the feet and toes and help that blood to come back to body. And you can keep the knees bent, hands underneath, and hold here. Or you could extend and lengthen the legs as long as you like. You also could even, if you have a chair nearby, be slow and with control to watch the blood flow in the head if you choose to do this, but you could have a chair Or for the next time practice, have a chair ready so that you could place the lower legs on the chair if you choose to have that to support you for this pose. Or you could use the wall itself. So you could always, if you have a wall nearby, go close to the wall and get that tail linked to the wall and the legs going up the wall. Or if you have a strap, you could use that, and that will help you in this pose to any variation that suits your body. Of course, you can always have flexed feet. That's going to put that stretch in the back of the calves. Some people like to start to take the pose over the body. So up to you. And they call it not so much a plow pose, but to me it does remind me of like another variation of plow pose, even though that's kind of up in reverse, but since the legs go over. So find your last legs up the wall, or candlestick, or waterfall. So many names for this pose. And then when ready, gently, no rush, no hurry, you'll allow release. You'll allow yourself back to center on your mat, possibly. The feet will welcome themselves down to the mat. Knees are bent, and you can just kind of windshield wiper the legs if you choose. And then welcome stillness back to the body. We're going to find a Baddha Konasana. So knees fall out to either side, bottoms of feet maybe touch. Hands can go wherever they choose to. Once again, you can have one over heart, one over belly, come out to sides, over the body. You could have them over the legs to help put a little additional pressure to open up the hips. Close the eyes here. We're going to breathe with a focus of really just allowing those knees to fall out further and further. Inhaling, exhaling, the muscles relaxing, allowing the body to open. Continue to stay in your Baddha Konasana. I'm going to make my way slowly to a seated pose just to guide you through the rest of the practice. Take your time in your Baddha Konasana. No rush, no worry to leave out of such pose, as we'll be exiting from that into our moment for peace. So find your final breaths. Inhale, exhale, let go. And you can stay in your Baddha Konasana as long as you'd like, or if you are ready to move into your Shavasana, your moment for peace, feel free to gently release out of your Baddha Konasana. That could be just extending and lengthening the legs away from body. That could be taking the arms overhead and stretching. That could also be just breathing and exhaling and falling over to one side or the other. If you have the blanket or such with you, you're more than welcome to get cozy and take an extended moment for peace or Shavasana if you would like, whether you're using an alarm or you're just allowing yourself to drift off into the evening or the rest of your day or night, however you please. Prep the body now. You can also make your way to a seated Sukhasana moment for peace, as I am doing. Taking Ujjayi breaths or anything else your body is requesting. And then we'll start to transition from our asana and stretches to our meditative moment. So get out any of those last little jitters or shakes the body has. Take a deep inhale through the nose and hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, as long as you may. And then when ready, you'll exhale through the mouth with a sigh. And allow the body to start to relax fully. The spine, the belly relaxing. The shoulders, the legs, the eyelids, the toes, the hands and fingers. Start to sink into the mat or seat beneath you. And just breathe. Inhaling, exhaling, breathing, letting go of the day behind you. Continue to breathe and let go. Let the arms and hands soften if you haven't done so already. Do you feel your center expand and release as you breathe? What does it fill up with more than just breath? Are you inhaling your inspiration, your motivation for life, your goals? And what are you letting go of with your exhalation? Are you exhaling tightness and tension from the physical body? Are you letting go of stress, thoughts that don't serve you? To welcome space for that new, that positive line and light. Continue to breathe. Option to stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, if you're ready to start getting back to the rest of your day, may you start to slowly welcome awareness back to the physical body. Every breath, maybe gentle movements of hips or sides or arms or legs, whatever is calling you. Maybe your eyes are closed and you gently allow them to open, welcoming you back to your space. Continue to awaken, to find yourself in your physical place. Take any other stretches or motions or movements that are calling the body. And then together we'll welcome the hands close to our hearts. And may this flow ease you into the rest of your day with light, peace, smiles, and love. Namaste. So thank you for joining me for this evening Hatha. This is an all levels Hatha practice that just allows you a time to get back to self. It allows you a moment to just reconnect with your center, find some breath, and find your way through flow. I guide the flow, but you're really kind of listening to your body, you're tuning in and seeing, what is it requesting of you? What is it asking? What does it need possibly? And you get to answer all these things through movement and breath and a moment for peace, or sometimes we go through and do different meditations. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If I don't see them here in the live chat, I can respond to the questions through the video below after the replay post. You can also find other classes that we've done on demand and playlist Wednesday yoga or Wednesday hatha, and a bunch of other videos and things. So thanks for hanging out. Have a beautiful rest of your day and take care.